Okay, cruise lovers, let me know. Could you spend 114 days on a cruise ship? I'm talking about 4-month long voyage. I know we're all cruise lovers here, but is that a little too much? Or is that just your cup of tea? Well, get ready because Princess Cruise Line is offering a world cruise with the most intensive ports that they have ever done. Let's talk about the brand new Queen Anne. We're talking about the grand dame of cruise lining. British cruises that have dated back, to the 1800s. Well, for the first time in 14 years, Cunard has released a brand new ship, and it's over $670 million. Let's check it out. Disney has just released some new construction photos for their brand new island, Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna go behind the curtain and take a look at this beautiful new island, what it has to offer, and what you can expect. A whole bunch of cruise news. Let's swan dive right into it. Hello everyone, it's Cynthia, your host. Welcome back to today's show. I'm going to change it up just a little bit today. Usually at the end or near the very end, I make a call to action. I ask each and every one of you to subscribe to the channel, to give us a like, and to turn on that notification bell and share the video with anyone that you think might be interested in cruising or cruise news. Well, I'm going to start that off at the beginning of the video this time. So I just did it. Subscribe, like, notification bell, and share. And I'm going to talk to you also about the right recipe for travel group cruise. We have our group cruise coming up in November of 2025. So a year and a half, plenty of time to put your deposit down and get your payments all in. We're going on the beautiful the beautiful MSC Seascape out of Galveston on November 16th of 2025. Here is the information for that, and I will also link that in the description below. All right, let's start with our first cruise news story. Classy, refined, understated elegance. This is just some of the words that you could use to talk about Cunard, which is a British cruise line. Not just any British cruise line. It's one of the very original cruise lines. You know, when you think of the movie Titanic, and I hate to use that as a cruising example, but let's just go there. That type of stately and elegant, refined cruising of yesteryear, that history has lived on in the Cunard brand. Well, for over 14 years, there has been no new ship by this brand. That's until now, with the birth of the Queen Anne. The Cunard line started back in 1839. When British Canadian shipping magnate Samuel Cunard was awarded the first British transatlantic steamship mail contract. In 1879, he reorganized his business and the Cunard Steamship Company Limited was born. And along with it, the golden age of oceanic passenger ships. The Queen Anne is the 249th ship in the company's history. For the last 2 years, they have been working on building this ship through the Italian shipbuilder Fincantieri in Venice. This ship is said to cost over $600 million. She's 1,058 feet in length and has a gross tonnage of 113,300. The Queen Anne can hold 2,996 passengers and 1,225 crew. There are 14 restaurants, 12 bars and lounges, an art gallery, a theater, a casino, and a library. Of course, since this is a stately British ship, there are echoes to the past, such as polished wood and Art Deco flourishes. This is an elegant luxury cruise liner, evidenced in the double Michelin-starred French chef Michael Rowe, who has crafted an evening menu for the Queen's Grill restaurant. In the gallery, it is a large showroom for the London-based specialist Clarendon Fine Arts. Everything that you see on the walls is for sale, and you will find works of art from Banksy, from a Los Angeles street artist, Mr. Brainwash, and of course, works from Salvador Dali. Inside the Queen Anne, there is a 2-deck space called the Pavilion, and this acts as the heart of the ship. One of the things that will be available in the pavilion are evening screenings of classic British short films. This beautiful and elegant ship is ready to set sail, beginning on, well, tomorrow as the time of this recording, May 3rd of 2024. The Queen Anne will set off for her Lisbon inaugural voyage, and then after that, there is a 2-week trip around the Canary Islands. The Queen Anne will then head off for destinations such as the British Isles and the Western Mediterranean. Are you interested in classic, elegant ships and maybe that feeling of yesteryear in history? Well, let me give you some of the prices for the Queen Anne. There is a 16-night Western Mediterranean scheduled from June 7th to June 23rd. Cabins are still available for right around a starting price of $5,500. Do we have any Cunard sailors out there? Have you ever taken a trip on one of Cunard's distinguished and classic ships? I would love to hear about it, and if you have, please drop that information in the comments below. We're going to talk about world cruises. This seems to be like a theme going around many cruise lines now. It seems like cruise lines are getting the ask to have longer cruise adventures. You know, sometimes when I think about longer, I'm thinking like 10, 12, 14 day. But no, people are actually asking for much longer voyages. Hence, we have begun to see a lot of these world cruises. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months and more. Well, Princess has just announced their 2026 World Cruise, and it is dynamite. This world cruise will sail aboard the Coral Princess. This journey takes us to 52 different ports across 28 different countries and spanning 6 continents. It's the most extensive itinerary ever offered by Princess Cruises. The ship will sail for 114 days, traveling 35,000 nautical miles. Initially, the ship will sail January 5th of 2026, sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. And there will also be a January 21st of 2026 sailing that will leave out of Los Angeles, thereby offering passengers 2 round-trip options. Terry Thornton, who is the Chief Commercial Officer for Princess Cruises, stated that the 2026 World Cruise offers their most destination-rich itinerary ever, so that guests can immerse themselves in a global experience rich with landmarks, ancient ruins, unique landscapes, wildlife, gastronomy, cultures, and heritage. There is a list of noteworthy and exciting options and offers that will happen aboard this 2026 World Cruise. I'm going to run down the list with you. Princess will offer many more ashore late nights and stays in 13 ports like Singapore, Honolulu, and Sydney, with overnight stays in Hong Kong. This voyage will give guests access to 45 UNESCO World Heritage Sites worldwide. The Coral Princess will also make an inaugural World Cruise visit to Puerto Chiapas, Mexico, and Ponta Delgada, Azores Island. The Coral Princess will make a maiden call to Boracay, which is an island in central Philippines that is renowned for pristine beaches and upscale resorts, and this will mark a debut first for Princess Cruises. The Coral Princess plans to offer cultural enrichment options, will include language lessons, dance lessons, art instruction, gastronomic experiences with local cuisines, cocktails and wines, and destination-inspired arts. There will be some destination-specific events, like folkloric performances. The Princess Book Club, which will feature novels set in those visited countries, and themed deck parties and trivia contests. There will be guest lecturers on board who will be experts in Mediterranean art and history, also experts in maritime affairs, World War II history. There will be bridge lectures and destination ambassadors who can provide information into Hawaiian and Maori culture. Maybe 114 days is a little longer than you have time off at work, so guests will be able to join on certain segments of this world cruise. Has any of this sparked your interest in maybe booking the world cruise? Let me give you some information about pricing. Fares for this world cruise start at $19,999, $20,000, And any guests who actually reserve this entire 114-day world cruise by or before October 31st will receive some special incentives. These include complimentary Princess Premier package, and inside of that, there is the premium Wi-Fi, alcoholic beverages, specialty coffee, fitness classes, specialty dining, Ocean Now delivery anywhere, reserved theater seating, and more. Also, there's a Captain Circle discount of $1,000 for 2 guests. There will be $500 of onboard credit per guest for 2 guests. There will be free Easy Air airfare. This is economy class for balcony accommodations and above, and first class if you're in a mini suite or a suite. There will be complimentary transfers from select local airports, and some of those airports include LAX, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And then there is free specialty dining experiences, 1 each week. This seems like a fantastic itinerary, being able to visit so many beautiful places around the world, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, places that they've never been to before. This would be absolutely fantastic. So if you have, the time and of course that money, this trip can be yours. If you are interested in getting more information about booking this cruise, of course, you can check it out on the Princess website, contact your local travel advisor, or I will leave my information down in the description below to book that for you. If any of you out there are planning on booking this world cruise, tell us all about it in the comments below. Our last cruise news story takes us over to Disney, and we're headed to their brand new private beach destination called Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. This is a 700-acre plot of land that they are developing just south of Eleuthera Island in the Bahamas. Disney has stated that this island will embrace Bahamian culture and give all of its visitors a very authentic look and a very authentic taste of Bahamian culture. Now, doing it Disney fashion, we see some very colorful structures here. Heading over to the Serenity Bay area, we see very bright colored cabanas, lots of shade, and very near access to the beach. We also see they have wooden walkways that are positioned right over the dunes so people can walk back and forth without making any damage to the habitat there of those dunes. And you can also see in these cabanas that they have very large and expansive windows so that you can take in those beautiful tropical views. Mabrika Cove will be the entry point when guests first visit the island. You can expect to find traditional dancing and traditional music as you make it over to the Goombay Cultural Center. Here you'll also be able to find unique, one-of-a-kind Bahamian experiences crafted by local artists, historians, and a cultural ambassador in an effort to make sure that this is really very authentic. We still don't have a lot of details being released, but we do know that this island plans to open and welcome its first visitors in June of 2024 when the Disney Fantasy first arrives here. If any of you are planning on taking that very first sailing on the Disney Fantasy and making it over to this beautiful new island, I would love to hear about it. Or if any of you Disney fans would like to give us some comments on your expectations, are you excited about this new private island? We'd love to know about it. Please drop that information in the comments below. Well, we have wrapped up the cruise news yet again for today. I thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you at the next adventure.